What's up, your boy for another reaction? In today's video, we have NBA Playstyles That Shouldn't Work But Do by Shad Not Here. Uh, NBA Playstyles That Shouldn't Work.
In today's NBA, every team wants the same thing. A 6'8", two-way wing that can do it all on the court. But then, you've got players like this. No fundamental.
You gotta be able to play two-way. LaMelo don't play two-way. LaMelo don't play no defense, I ain't gonna lie. But Jalen Brunson is one of the worst defenders I've ever seen. I think the Knicks need to move on from him. That's just me. I know you're offensive demon, but that defense sucks. His defense terrible.
Fundamentals, no structure, breaking all the norms. And somehow, they're still elite. Like this.
We gotta have some uncomfortable conversations about LaMelo though. This year 7, year 6, and that nigga ain't make the playoffs yet. Like I ain't gonna lie, he played terrible when they against the 76. No, they played the Magic. Yeah, they played the Magic. Who they played? Who they played in their last playing game? I'm sorry, bro. The nigga be shooting too many threes. Nigga keep shooting threes when they don't go in. Yeah, they played the Magic. Yeah.
Shouldn't even be possible. But it is. These are NBA playstyles that shouldn't work, but do. Everything about LaMelo's game is fundamentally wrong. You couldn't teach a
LaMelo, one of my favorite players too, bro. Bro, when LaMelo, like, when he in that flow state, bro, he can't be fucked with. Like, when he in that flow state, bro, he insane.
hit his jump shot if you try. You honestly deserve to get banned from the local YMCA for even trying. The set point is in his chest, and half the time his feet aren't even pointing at the rim. But that's the thing. LaMelo doesn't play by the rules. He plays off pure instinct. Most players see a wide open layup and just take the 2 points. LaMelo, he sees that same layup and sprints to the corner to knock down a 3, just because he can. It looks like he's trolling, but the reason it works is because you can't predict it. Defenses are used to structure, patterns, and reading tendencies. LaMelo doesn't have any of that. You can't game plan for someone who doesn't even know what they are doing until he's already done it. It's chaotic, it's flashy, it breaks every standard in the book, and somehow it works. If LaMelo is the master of chaos, this next player is the master of doing nothing, while somehow controlling everything. In a league full of super athletes who live in the weight room, arguably the best player in the world is a 7-foot guy who'd rather be at a horse race in Serbia. Nikola Jokic is the ultimate system breaker.
I ain't gonna lie, Jokic, I don't know what been going. Jokic kind of been playing terrible against the Timberwolves, and you know his defense is terrible. We've been to his defense terrible, but I don't know what's going on with this nigga. I don't know. I don't think he been dropping like 21, 27 points, but don't watch the box score, y'all. Y'all gotta watch the games live. Don't be no box score watcher.
NBA is built on speed, verticality, and explosive first steps, which Jokic has none of. But he turns his weaknesses into strengths by playing with a weaponized boredom that makes the defense look stupid for even trying to guard him. That's the trap. He'll intentionally hold the ball for just an extra second, waiting on the defender to blink. Next thing you know, he's already hit a teammate with a touch pass that doesn't even seem remotely possible. It's like he can see the floor in 4D or something. We're in 2026, and he's doing stuff we haven't seen since Wilt Chamberlain. He's not out there hunting stats, he's just casually breaking the game. In a game built on athleticism, the guy who refuses to play that game is the one who ends up winning it.
No, he is a big dude.
Jokic dominates without even trying. This next player looks completely wrong and still does everything right.
Bro, y'all see that TikTok? Nigga said Tyrese Halliburton dribble like he's scared. That nigga be like he be OD scanning the court. Like that nigga be looking spooked as hell dribbling.
Tyrese Halliburton easily fails the initial eye test. The moment you see his jump shot, your instincts yell, you need to start from scratch.
Oh yeah, his jump shot ugly than a bit.
It's a chest level push shot that looks like it's being launched out of a catapult.
That's ugly, bro.
It's slow, and it breaks every single rule in the shooting manual. But what if I told you it's pure water? Halliburton is what I call the reluctant scorer. In a league where every star is hunting for...
This nigga got shingles, y'all. This nigga young as hell and he got shingles. It's like, what the fuck?
30 points and viral highlights, Tyrese is out here hunting for the key to your defense, and once he finds it, the game is over. He's a 6'5" scrawny point guard who completely breaks the mold for a typical NBA floor general. He plays with this unselfish gravity. Defenders are so terrified of how he's passing vision that
look at his face. Look at his face. That could be dripping. They look scared as fuck.
he plays with this unselfish gravity. Defenders are so
I was waiting for a clip.
terrified of how he's passing
Look at his face.
that they end up glued to his teammates, leaving him with wide open lanes to the rim that Tyrese almost looks annoyed to have to take. Sometimes he even passes those up if there's the slightest chance he can get a teammate a better look. It shows you how impactful a playmaker can be without having that constant threat of a 30-point explosion. Halliburton isn't just playing against the defense. He's playing through his teammates, and the only limit to his game is how much trust there are.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna stop slandering Halliburton. I ain't gonna lie. The Pacers, without this nigga, the Pacers was terrible. Like dog shit. His jump shot is what, bro? That three, bro.
While Halliburton controls the game with
If them niggas get Darren Peterson game, they gonna be right back where he was. Like they get anybody, to be honest. Darren Peterson, EJ DeBonsa, like
his mind, this next player controls it by moving at his own speed. His nickname is Slow-Mo for a reason.
what? He still play for the Timberwolves?
The NBA is obsessed with faster, stronger, and higher. Kyle Anderson decided to go the complete opposite direction. He plays at a speed that shouldn't even exist in professional sports. It's like he's playing underwater while everyone else is on land. You'll see a defender draped all over him only for Kyle to wait and wait and wait until the defender is literally confused. And only then does he finally get into his abysmal jump shot. Guarding Slow-Mo is
That bitch slow as fuck. He's slow-mo.
ultimate mental warfare. He forces the entire game to adjust to his pace. You can't speed him up, and you definitely can't slow him down. This man is going 25 in a 65 every time he laces up. Imagine gaming on high ping your entire life, and now nobody can stop you. That's Kyle Anderson's skill set. He's a human glitch, a walking lag spike. Put together his unparalleled pace, body of a wing, and his processing speed of a real floor general, and you get over a decade of a core rotational piece. It shouldn't work, but somehow, he slows down everyone else. However, someone else perfected this playstyle years before Kyle Anderson ever did. If Slow-Mo had a mentor, it was Andre Miller. Andre Miller is the greatest unk to ever grace an NBA court. Don't let the lack of highlights fool you. Andre Miller was a real deal problem. He was a 6'3" point guard who played like a 250-pound center. He would take you down to the block, body you up, and hit you
nigga backing niggas down at 6 foot
with the meanest post moves or a sneaky pump fake. He lived in the mid-range, mastered his layup package, and threw some of the most beautiful lob passes the league has ever seen. He didn't care about being flashy. He didn't care about the three-point line. All he cared about was the win. That's why he's also one of the most reliable players in NBA history. Between 1993 and 2013, this man played 632 consecutive games. He didn't miss a single night for over 7 years. The craziest thing about Andre...
Damn, why none of you niggas like that now? What's up? You niggas be having hamstring injuries. Like, what's up with y'all niggas' bodies, bro?
Is that
how do LeBron don't get no hamstring injuries and he 41, but Luka and Austin Reeves got hamstring injuries, like, and they still out?
Sometimes he'd randomly pull a three or throw down a vicious dunk. All the tools were there. He just didn't use them unless he had to. He made the boring look unstoppable. Andre Miller broke you with fundamentals. This next player just outsmarted you. Rajon Rondo.
This a NBA playstyles that Rajon Rondo a good play style. Like he a pass first. He a true PG. He be passing.
Rondo didn't just play basketball. He manipulated it. Standing at 6'1" with a wingspan of 6'9" and hands so massive the ball looked like a tennis ball when he palmed it, those physical traits allowed him to do things no other point guard could dream of.
Damn, I ain't gonna lie, that nigga palmed it. I ain't know his hands were that big.
Like his iconic behind-the-back fake that had even the best defender
that bitch was fire.
jumping into the third row. But his real superpower was his brain. Rondo knew the opposing team's plays better than their own.
Yeah, he got big ass hands. That's why he could do that fake. He's genuinely palming the ball.
There's literal footage out there of him yelling at teammates where to stand because he had already figured out the set the other team was about to run. He didn't need a jump shot, and let's be honest, his was one of the more unorthodox looking shots the league had seen. His IQ controlled the game more than a jumper ever could. For multiple seasons, he almost averaged more assists than points. He was more interested in finding the open man than he was in the rim. He's one of the smartest players in NBA history and earned himself the nickname the Connect Four King. This sounds funny, but Rondo spent hours playing Connect 4 against children, teammates, and even his head coaches. He's a literal master of the game. Rondo is proof that you don't need to be a shot maker to be a game changer. It's no surprise that after his career, he's already moving into coaching. I'm certain at some point in the near future, we'll see Rondo land a head coaching job. Rondo controlled the game like a chess master. This next player flipped the board upside down. Manu Ginobili had a modern-day bag in a past era. He looks like a modern all-star who time-traveled back to 2005. He was attacking angles other players didn't even know existed. Manu truly brought the Eurostep to the NBA and paved the way for future Hall of Famers like Dwayne Wade and James Harden. Before Manu, players mainly moved north to south. On top of the Eurostep, his creative use of pump fakes, floaters, and stepbacks made him even more ahead of his time. But the most unorthodox thing about Manu wasn't his offense, it was his ego. Manu Ginobili was a Hall of Fame talent who spent the majority of his career coming off the bench as a sixth man because he knew it was key to winning those 4 NBA championships. He was a lefty who could finish with his right, a playmaker who could give you 30, and a guy who once swatted a literal bat out of the air mid-game just because it was in his way. He didn't just
what the hell?
Play the game,
he
invented how you move on a basketball court. Somehow, this next player took that idea and pushed it to another level. Joakim Noah is the definition of it doesn't have to be pretty.
That nigga was a tweaker.
To be effective. If you ever saw him shoot a basketball, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can't even.
I ain't know that jump shot was that nasty.
Even call this a jump shot.
He throwing that bitch. You know, like he's shooting. Like
his tornado shot was a sideways two-handed flick with a rotation that a basketball should never have. He shoots like that one guy you picked up at LA Fitness because you needed a fit. But Joakim Noah didn't care about looking good. He cared about destroying game plans. Noah was extremely agile for his size. At 6'11", he was moving like a gazelle with a Flintstones motor. But the second he stopped to shoot, the illusion broke. Joakim knew exactly what he was doing though. He once said that draining an ugly shot is more demoralizing to the defense than a pretty one, and that sums up the way he played. He was one of the first ever modern point centers that we'd ever seen. In 2014, he wasn't just the defensive player of the year, he was the primary playmaker for that Bulls team.
Y'all never knew that nigga won the defensive player of the year?
He averaged over 5 assists
a
game as a center, leading the break and finding cutters from the high post like he was a 6-foot guard trapped in a giant's body. He proved that if you play harder than everyone else, it doesn't matter how your jump shot looks, you're still going to dominate. While Joakim Noah was a 7-footer playing like a guard, this next player was a guard playing like a 7-foot giant. Charles Barkley is the ultimate eye test failure. They called him the round mound of rebound for a reason. He was listed at 6'6", but most people who played him swear he was 6'4". Not only was he extremely short, he was extremely round. At one point just before the 1984 draft, Chuck was listed at 302 pounds. And people complain about Zion. But imagine a 6'4" guy leading the league in rebounding against the greatest bigs of all time, like Prime Hakeem, David Robinson, and even Shaq. On paper, that shouldn't physically be possible. But Sir Charles was a force of nature. He used his lower body leverage, and we all know what that means, to move 7-footers like they were paper thin. He'd grab a defensive board, take the ball coast to coast like a runaway freight train, and finish with the dunk.
Why that nigga look so big? What the fuck?
He'd grab a defensive board, take the ball coast to coast like a
what the
runaway freight.
This nigga look like a giant, bro. This point guard, whoever this nigga is short as so fuck.
Train and finish with a dunk that looked like he was trying to tear the rim clean off. Charles has some of the wildest quotes of all time, but he also had the game to back it up. Charles has.
When you go out with a girl and they say she has a great personality, she's ugly. If they tell you a guy works hard, he can't play a lick, same thing. What?
Some of the feat during the peak of the Michael Jordan era is no small feat. He's the greatest. An MVP trophy during the peak of the Michael Jordan era is no small feat. He's the greatest undersized power forward to ever play the game, and he proved that if you have enough grit, physics are nothing but a suggestion.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, 6'6" power forward, I don't know if that's working in today's game.
While Charles Barkley was the original oddity, this next player took that DNA and helped build the greatest dynasty of our generation.
Draymond Donkey Green.
Draymond Green is a 6'6" center. Let that sink in. In any other era of basketball, being 6'6" meant you were a wing, maybe even a guard depending on your skill set. But Draymond didn't just play the 5. He revolutionized it. He's the ultimate offensive hub without being a scorer. He's the engine of an all-time great offense, but shoots like he's got a backpack full of weights on. So how is he a four-time All-Star without getting consistent buckets? Well, he has the strength to body 7-footers in the post, but the lateral quickness to shut down elite guards on the perimeter. His most unorthodox trait is his
Hall of Fame.
defensive playmaking. Draymond sees the floor like a point guard, but on the defensive end. He's a conductor, pointing, screaming, and moving his teammates into position before the offense even starts their set. He's already read the script, while the other team is still trying to remember their lines. And he famously recorded a triple-double with only 4 points. As we
What?
we're slowly realizing there will never be another Draymond Green.
Kawhi, you said, I ain't gonna lie, getting clamped by Draymond Green in 2026, you low-key saying Kawhi, I ain't gonna lie.
Despite the antics and dirty plays, he didn't become great by fitting the game. He became great by bending it to his will.
LaMelo game.
In an era obsessed with the perfect player, these guys are proof that there's no one way to play basketball. Because sometimes the things that shouldn't work are exactly what do.
But to be honest, what do Tyrese Halliburton, some of these players, what do Tyrese Halliburton do that don't work, that shouldn't work in the NBA? Like, I don't know, but good video though. Good video though.